Hey guys, BillyGo098 here. Welcome back to another video and, well, a brand new series. We're on a new super flat world and I'm gonna try not start too many series because you eventually just can't keep track of them and stuff. I might like only start 3 at a time. But anyway, this is going to be a Minecraft how-to series. So guys, leave your comments down below of what you want to know how to do in Minecraft and I will try to assist you. I know a good bit about Minecraft. Anyway, so this episode, I already chose it. It's How to Redstone. Now, this is just going to be basic redstone for beginners. And, yeah, let's get right into this. Okay, guys, so I'm going to try and explain this to you. So, right here, we have a button. Now, basically, if you do not know, if you press a button, it emits a redstone signal all around the block that the button is on. Now, a button can be placed on top of a block and on any side of the block. And basically, this emits a redstone signal in every single direction. And it emits it for 15 blocks. It used to be 14, but they changed it to 15. Now, a button only emits a signal for a few seconds. But a lever right here, this emits a signal constantly until you turn it on or off. And then another thing special that I have with the lever, you can do this to any redstone current, is put a repeater. This is a repeater right here, and this basically, essentially, takes the redstone current right here, puts it into it, and extends it for another 15 blocks to light up this lamp. Now, these are called redstone lamps. They're activated by anything redstone. And this right here is a redstone torch. This emits a constant redstone lamp, either on or off, and these things are all used for different complicated redstone builds. Right here is a tripwire hook and some string. Now you'll notice that only these blocks emit off redstone. This emits off redstone in every single direction, except the string does not emit redstone. Only these tripwire hooks. Now over here is a pressure plate. Whenever you step on this or an item, well, there's a certain one. It's called a lightweight pressure plate right here. Whenever an item is thrown on that or you step on it, it will emit a redstone signal. Then this is a redstone block, and this emits a constant redstone signal. Similar to the torch, these two will always emit a signal. Okay guys, now I'm going to be showing you some basic things about dispensers, sticky pistons, note blocks, and hoppers. So starting off with the dispenser. The dispenser will shoot something. It can be faced in many different ways. Up, sideways, backwards, any way you really want. And this like fires things that you put in it. Like it just shot that arrow. Now it has a close relative of the dropper, but what separates them is instead of firing the arrow, the dropper will drop it. Now, you can do some pretty cool things, like make an automatic arrow shooting machine, like I'm going to show you right here. This is a little bit more complicated, but not too complicated. I can show it to you later. But remember, this is just a basics video. This doesn't go too fast. You can make faster ones, but this just automatically fires arrows. So, moving on. These are pistons. So this is a normal piston and this is a sticky piston. The difference in between the two is the sticky piston holds on to most blocks. It does not hold on to obsidian or bedrock, and it doesn't move those either. And also, the normal piston does not hold on to the stone. As you can see, you can do some pretty cool things with this, like this automatic cobble gen I just built here. Now, I can teach you how to set this up on an automatic redstone timer later, but basically what happens is you flick this lever, the piston pushes up cobblestone, you flip it back, more cobblestone is created on top of that piston, and then you can keep going like this, and it pushes it up. Now, this is pretty cool, and there's many other things you can do with it, many other ways you can automate cobblestone with it, but this is just one. Now, moving on, we have note blocks. Now, a note block makes a sound like this, but it all depends on what surface the note block is on. This is a note block on dirt. This is a note block similarly on diamond, the same sound actually. Well, except you can change the pitches by punching them. But then this is it on gravel with more of a basic sound. Or, sorry, cracked ore, not gravel. Then another basic sound on gravel. And you can change the pitch of these too. And then on wool it makes almost a guitar sound. And, well, there are many other things that make sounds. Like glass makes a pretty cool sound. Now moving on, these are hoppers. So if I just take a random item and I throw it on top of this hopper, it will be put into the hopper, and the hopper will transfer it into the chest. Now, what you can do with this is many, many things, but this is just a basic episode. But you can throw an item all the way over here. Say you build a house, and the wall of your house is right here. And you're outside, and you throw an item that you just got right here. The hoppers can go underground and transfer your items into your house, into your chest, and then they end up right here. Now these hoppers, you place them in a special way by crouching and placing, and it makes them go like that, rather than just placing them down normally. Now moving on, now here's some things you can do with the redstone we've learned so far. So a repeater, what it does is it repeats redstone, but also it can delay the redstone signal. So if I grab a lever here, you'll notice that the redstone signal instantly goes through the repeater. But if I put it up by clicking on it, it takes a few seconds to go through the repeater. Now, right here is a redstone clock, or redstone circuit, whatever you want to call it. And it basically constantly keeps repeating a redstone signal, so that a redstone signal is constantly going. Now to shut it off, you can simply break one of the pieces of redstone, and place a piece of redstone back down, and then you can just restart it by quickly, very quickly, breaking and placing a torch, placing and breaking a torch. Now, it will cause some lag, but there's some very cool things you can do with it. Right here I have a dispenser system that will shoot up arrows, they'll set on fire, and then fall back to earth. So, as you can see, the arrows are being shot, they're being set on fire by the lava, and they're falling down. Now, there is some frame drop, but this is a lot of fun. And you can use this for surprise attacks on enemies. If there's a lava lake, then you can place some dispensers down below, have an automatic circuit, and then just quickly place and destroy, and boom, you're going. And it's out of arrows. But there's tons of cool things you can do with it. Now let's go on to the next thing. Now let me teach you a little bit about hoppers. So if you take two of any item, or well, not two of any item, one of any item, and, well, I already showed you the basics of hoppers, but this is a little bit more complicated. This is sort of a hopper circuit. These two hoppers are hooked up to each other. So if you place an item in, the hoppers will pass it back and forth in between themselves. So it's in this hopper, this hopper, this hopper, this hopper. And you can eventually make big circuits of this, like all of these connecting and just going in a constant circle. You'll see the item circle through it, like that. Now you can do this on a much larger scale. Now remember I showed you this automatic piston firing thing? Well, how are you going to refill those arrows? So I thought of this system. I was playing a little bit free play yesterday, and this is a pretty cool system. So if you want them all to get to your dispensers, you can't just you can't make the hoppers hook up to each other, because when the hoppers are hooked up to each other, they're not pointing down at the ground, so these won't be like pointing into the dispenser if they weren't hooked up to each other. So what I did is I made a hopper circle. This is just circling a bunch of arrows around that you throw in there. And then there's a hopper down here collecting the arrows from in these dispensers and pushing it through the, well, these hoppers are pulling it out from the dispenser whenever the dispenser moves by and putting it in their dispenser. Now, basically what you can do is you can just search up arrow and just spam a bunch in here. And this also works on console. You'll just have to fill up your inventory, though, and spam them out. But you can put any thing you want, and so you don't have to click on every single dispenser and fill it up with arrows like that manually, you can just lazily do that. And an even better way to do it is if you get some ice, some packed ice, and then you stand a little bit a ways away from the hoppers. You can just take arrows and throw them. They'll slide across the ice and you won't pick them up like I was right there. So anyways, this is actually working pretty good. Then you can just hook up redstone behind here. And you can even put lava up here that flows down here. Like if I get some lava, this will be messy, but you can find the lava. Like this. A whole bunch of lava like that. Then it'll flow down and make all of them fire arrows. See, so now if I fire this, all of them will be fire arrows, and also it disguises it. Say you have like a massive wall of a base that's just covered in lava, people will be like, oh, this dude just has a giant base covered in lava. But then you flick a switch on, attached to one of those automatic redstone circuits, you'll just rain fire arrows on them, which is pretty cool. Now, I didn't even show how minecarts work, so here's just a little quick tutorial. So, most of you probably know how to use minecarts, but if you don't, that's fine. So let me just make a quick little circle of minecarts right here. Now, minecarts, they can just travel in a circle if you're in it, but if you want it to automatically go around in a circle to do whatever, you need to put a powered rail, and this powered rail will just basically glide it along. They recently weakened powered rails, but basically, you need to turn on the power rail with redstone. It can be any redstone current, it can be a torch, it can be a lever, it can be anything. Now, this gets a little bit more complicated. There's these different rails, like this, the detector rail, or is it the activator rail? I always mix up the two. I believe it's this rail. Whenever a Also, these powered rails hook together. Whenever a minecart passes by over it, it should... Okay, yep, it's the detector rail, not this rail. It should emit a redstone signal. Yes, like that. So every time this minecart is passing by, it emits a redstone signal. You can do very creative things with this. And so, that's basically the basics, basically the basics of minecarts. Oh, and by the way, guys, if you want me to do a tutorial of that lava wall, just tell me in the description below. I'll do tutorials on any more in-depth tutorials of any of these things if you want me to. Just comment down below. Now, the next item on our agenda is the redstone comparator. Now, this thing sort of reads the amount of items in something. So I have a chest up here. Well, it was full of things. It's basically down here cooking some pork chops. Now, what this comparator does is it reads, so how many items are in here. I believe there are 2 stacks of 64 items, because I put a 64 stack of pork chops in there, and I put a 64 stack of coal in there. So, there should be 2 stacks of items, which is 128 items, and this emits a current. So, with just 1 item in here, the current would not be very strong at all. It'd probably be out to this first thing. But there's a ton of items in here, so it goes out to here. So this can be very cool, like you can do very cool things with this, like say you want to know how much, say you're on the other side of the wall, of a wall or something, and you want to know how many pork chops and how much coal you have left in your furnace. Well, you can do that now with the comparator because it will light up this light while you're on the other side of the wall, and it'll tell you how much stuff you have in your furnace. And this also works with chests. This works with a ton of things, basically anything that holds an item. Hey guys, so let me show you how to make this AFK cobble farm. Now this is an AFK cobble farm, because, well, you can go AFK with it. Now if I make myself in survival mode, and then I just mine here, you can see that this is perfect for anything like, you know, Skyblock, or Sky Factory, or just anything on a server. You can replace that bedrock with obsidian. Now this is perfect because it does not break a lot, and so guys, let me show you how you make this thing. So the materials you will need for this build is 1 bucket of water, 1 bucket of lava, a sign, a piece of bedrock or obsidian. Now, if you're using bedrock because you're on skyblock, you'll have to build around your piece of bedrock, and 1 piece of glass. So let's say you're on skyblock, or not 1 piece of glass, a stack or 2 of glass, just a few stacks of glass, or your block of choice. You can do it with stone, you can do it with granite, anything that does not burn. Okay, so anyway, say your bedrock is right there in skyblock. You place glass around it like this. Like that. Now you want to place a little base right there. And then over off to the side. Right here, you want to build up more. 3 more, and make sort of like an end. Like that. You want to place a block there, blocks there, and you sort of just want to keep bringing it 3 up for a few round. And just like that. Now, what you want to do is you want to destroy these 2 blocks right here. You want to place a sign right here. The bedrock is right here. You want to place water. Well, first you want to place lava. Then you want to place lava, or water, after you place lava. Now, you can just sit here and punch it. And this is an AFK thing. It's a 0, practically 0 destroy rate. This is the closest you can really get unless you want to use some redstone, which I can show you if you want. This is very close if you stand in this corner and just keep on destroying. And this is a very good cobble gen. You can just go AFK, get a bunch of stone pickaxes in your inventory, and you can get thousands of pieces of cobble from it. So yeah. Now you probably have all explored in the Minecraft creative mode menu and seen things underneath the redstone tab and tried them out. These are just the basic things of what you should know. You probably already know that redstone emit to an iron door goes, but if you need any help with more in-depth things, ask me in the comment section below. I know a good bit about redstone, but I think I'm going to end this episode here. Guys, give me suggestions for the next episode of what I should do in How to Minecraft. This episode was How to Redstone. Make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you are new, and that's been it. Peace.